Some things slip through cracks in time, others knock on the door and wait to be let in. This one was both. It was the middle of the day, sunlight in the kitchen, my kids laughing in the background. My husband was outside working on the truck. I was inside, just cleaning up, moving around, nothing out of the ordinary. Then, a knock on the garage door. I glanced up. Locked, as usual. I figured it was him. I opened it. He was standing there smiling, tools in hand. But he didn't move, didn't say a word, just stood there watching me. I blinked. "Are you coming in?" No response. After a few seconds, I shut the door and walked away. Maybe he was joking or zoning out. A minute later, the door opened again. This time, he came in. I asked him why he just stood there like that, why he didn't say anything. He looked confused, said he'd never knocked, never stood at the door, didn't have tools in his hand. He thought I imagined it. Maybe I did. But I know what I saw. And that smile. That wasn't his smile. Not everything that looks familiar belongs here. Sometimes it's just wearing a face you trust. I was visiting family in an older apartment block, the kind with concrete walls, tight stairwells, and each floor looking exactly like the last. My aunt's place was on the 3rd floor. At one point, I ran downstairs to grab a quick snack. Nothing strange. But when I came back and started climbing the stairs again, something was off. I passed one floor, then another, and another. But there were no markings, no apartment gates, just repeating walls and silent stairs. I kept going. Sure, I'd gone too far, and yet I never seemed to arrive. Then I reached what should have been the top. Only it wasn't a floor I recognized. It opened into a long, bright hallway, clean, polished, lined with lockers, the kind you'd expect to see in a school. It looked brand new and completely out of place. The strangest part? There were students inside, walking around like everything was normal, chatting, grabbing things from lockers. None of them noticed me, except one. A girl standing further down looked over and waved. She smiled, as if I belonged there, but I didn't wave back. I just stood there, frozen. Eventually, I turned around and walked back down, and with each step, the air shifted. The strange hallway disappeared. The old stairwell returned. When I reached the next floor down, I was back. The 3rd floor. My aunt's door. Everything was normal again. I was confused. So I climbed back up, expecting to find it again. But all that was there was a regular 4th floor. No hallway, no lockers, no students, no girl. Later, I asked my aunt if there was a school nearby, if the building had ever been renovated. She looked at me like I was joking. There was nothing like that, she said. No changes, no schools. She figured I had just imagined it. But I know what I saw. The light, the smell, the look on that girl's face. It felt too real, too vivid. I've had dreams before. I've had strange thoughts. This wasn't one of them. It felt like I slipped sideways into a version of this place that wasn't meant to be seen. And to this day, I still wonder what would have happened if I had stepped into that hallway. What do you think happened? A time slip? A glitch in reality? Or a doorway that opened just for a moment? It's a regular evening. I'm 18, living at home with my parents. I'm sitting in the living room with my mom and sister. We're laughing, chatting. My dad left a few hours ago to shoot pool. Nothing unusual. Then, we hear the back door open. We can't see it from where we're sitting, but we all pause for a second. We assume it's Dad. He's the only one with a key and reason to be there. But as the footsteps draw closer, something feels wrong. They don't sound like him. Not even a little. My dad is a big guy. His steps are heavy, recognizable. You feel them through the floor before you hear them. But these footsteps, they're lighter, off rhythm. They don't belong to him. The three of us stop talking and just listen. Then we hear it, a voice calling out from the hallway. "I'm home!" We all freeze. It's a man's voice, but not his voice. Not deep, not familiar, not even close. There's no way my dad could make himself sound like that, even as a joke. We all look at each other. Same expression. Something's not right. My mom stands, clearly rattled. And just as she does, my dad walks in, his usual self. Normal clothes, calm expression, not out of breath, not hurried, nothing strange, except that he has no idea what we're reacting to. We immediately ask, "Was someone else here? Did you bring someone back with you?" He stares at us, confused. "Number, I just got home." "What are you talking about?" So we explain. The door, the steps, the other voice. He swears he didn't hear anything, swears he was alone, swears he didn't say a word until he saw us. And here's the thing. All three of us heard it. Clearly. It wasn't a trick of memory. It wasn't mishearing. It wasn't nerves. It was a voice we didn't recognize, in a body that hadn't yet walked through the door. We still talk about it, years later. That night when Dad came home, but someone else walked in first. Not every voice that enters your home belongs inside. Sometimes it speaks with a voice you should trust, but don't. It was deer season and I'd been out almost every day, only missed about 4 days total. The last time I went, the snow was deep, at least a foot. I was up in my tree stand waiting when things started getting dark. That's when I saw it. Something moved behind a tree, and I just froze. I stared at it, trying to figure out what I was looking at. It looked like someone in an ape suit. I know how that sounds, but that's the only way I can describe it. Broad shoulders, thick build, too big to be normal. I decided to get down and head back. I didn't want to stick around any longer. To get to the house, I had to cross a creek. There was a big log across it, maybe 4 or 5 feet thick. Instead of walking straight back, I doubled back behind the creek. I had this strong feeling I was being followed. When I reached the log, I placed my hands down to steady myself. And as I crossed, I heard something behind me. Then came a step. A massive footstep landed right where I had just been, right over that log, and I could hear the drag of weight behind it like whatever it was close and heavy. I didn't stop. I didn't turn around. I just kept going. And I swear, the whole way back to the house, I felt it, that presence. Like something was shadowing me, staying just far enough away to keep out of sight. I still don't know what I saw, but it wasn't normal. And I'll never forget how it felt, like something had its eyes on me. Sometimes it's not about what you saw, but what never meant to be seen.